Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, show you some on my drawing table, and let you know that Nuke Force, my creator-owned comic book series, coming to Kickstarter 2025. That's right, super excited to have this book ready to go. This is another pinup I'm doing. I decided to just kind of create a bunch of fun drawings for YouTube to kind of promote the comic and talk about my work and show you some process. So this I drew with blue lines, and then I started inking it. And for some reason, like, the ink is just not drying. I don't know, maybe it's just how dry it is, the lack of humidity, the paper. The ink is just flowing on the top. And it's a little aggravating because I keep running my hands through it, but whatever. So just working on this, having fun with it. Blue lines are about as tight as this. That's as tight as I went with the blue lines. Thought I'd have some fun, just kind of noodling away at it. Started working on the figure, and I was like, oh yeah, I should shoot some video. So that's why I was like, oh, I'll shoot some video. I'm using these Tombos again. Maybe it's the Tombos that are just not drying. I don't know. It's usually they dry pretty well or pretty quickly, but I don't know. Maybe they're just something about it. So like running my hands through it, but whatever. I'll clean it up in Procreate. That's how I do things now. So I just kind of draw and ink and have fun with it and don't stress about it, and then clean it up in Procreate. And try not to run my hands through every single line, just so I'm not having to just have a big mess is the goal. But you'll see like that, like that's not dry. This ain't dry, that ain't dry. So a bit of a challenge, but whatever. Part of the fun, right? So now this is a scene from issue 2 with Major Grit, the main character, having to deal with all these creatures. And always good to have creatures in your comic book. They're fun to draw, and I like drawing them, so creatures it is. I was going to go through and just kind of block everything out with these Tombos, then I'll go in and do the blacks with one of these. What are these? Japanese things. I don't even know what this is. Pentel? I don't even know. But I like those. Those work great for doing filling in black areas. So I'll go in here with the different densities. This one's looser and this one's tighter. And we'll just go through and put in all the effects now that I have most of the figure kind of blocked in. But yeah, there's smudging and black lines and gunk I'm gonna have to clean up, but a lot of that will kind of disappear when I do the leveling or the contrasting. So the blacks will get blacker and the whites will get whiter and the blues will go away when I bring it into the Affinity suite of software and remove the blue lines. So once that kind of gets knocked out, the blue area, the blue underdrawing, that will help to clean up a lot of that fuzziness too. Like you can kind of see it around like the hand, some goops and glops on his face a little bit. But can't worry about it, can't obsess over it. If it's real bad, start over. But I don't think it's real bad. I think everything works fine. The other thing I do is I flip it and I look at it in reverse. Right, it's not super accurate, but yeah, the hands seem about approximately the right size. Body seems about approximately the right size. Good enough for what I'm trying to do. Not over rendering, right? We talked about that last video. Trying to keep it kind of open, more open, like some of these other illustrations. Not super rendered, not super cross-hatched. Trying to have some nice, some thicker lines. So that's kind of what I'm going for these. So that's kind of what I'm going for this. Bigger, bolder lines, straight on the blue, and just having fun with it. And again, like we saw with the other one, I can go through and make any adjustments or changes that I need to in the Affinity suite. So I don't use Adobe. Really been enjoying the Affinity suite of software, which is great if you like the Adobe suite of software. You'll like the Affinity suite of software. Very similar. So this, it's gonna take me a while to draw on all like these weird sort of tentacles and stuff. So I might jump around a little bit and not just start left to right, because sometimes if I start left to right, then the way I'm doing it on one side is less consistent on the other side. But the other thing, I don't want to drag my hand through everything, right? We've seen that is a problem. So I'll probably try to pick a few spots and just do some of this so that there's some consistency across. But again, it's not rocket surgery. I can just do, pretty much whatever I think looks cool and have fun with it and enjoy the process, enjoy making marks, enjoy throwing lines. Don't obsess over it. Have fun with it. And I'm also currently working on another illustration digitally, just completely digitally in Procreate. So then if I'm working out here, I can work on this drawing. Working on the couch, I can work on a Procreate drawing. So I usually have a couple of things going at once, just so that it's not, so I make progress, right? Because the worst thing is it's like, well, I can't work on that, it's in the studio, or I can't work on that, it's at the office, or whatever. And so if you have illustrations that are all kind of in different stages of completedness, then you can jump back and forth. It also helps you give you a fresh eye, because sometimes you'll be sitting in front of something for so long you'll lose any sort of perspective on it, and then if you jump back to something else and then jump back to this, you'll go, oh yeah, that looks weird, I didn't see that, that isn't what I intended, that doesn't look accurate. So I hope everyone's having a great 2025 thus far. I'm super excited to have Nuke Force ready to go. It's going to be on Kickstarter at some point. So thank you everyone for checking it out. And thank everyone for liking, subscribing, thumbs up, sharing these videos, these YouTube videos, and Instagram posts and Facebook posts. I don't want to waste anyone's time. I want to make sure that anything I'm providing you, any of the content I'm showing you is stuff you're excited about, or maybe you see something you might not have known, or maybe I'm able to share a technique that you go, oh, that's kind of cool, I didn't realize you could do that, whatever it is. So that's always kind of my goal with any of these, is to just kind of hopefully share some insights and some fun and some drawing, because I like watching people draw. It's one of those things that whenever I see Danny Warren Johnson or David Finch or Richard Friend and they're drawing or talking about their process, I always love that stuff. So that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. So that's the kind of stuff I'm sharing. And I'm not an authority. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm sure people see this and they go, I'd do it differently, or that doesn't look accurate, or that's not what, that's not a good way to do something. And yeah, please feel free in the comments below if you see something you do differently or you think could be done in a different way. Please let me know. I'm always interested in hearing what other people think and how they draw and their thoughts. So comment below. Happy to chat about it. And the one thing too with this is I'm gonna have to overdraw this and noodle it, just because it's kind of a busy scene anyway. If it's just a bunch of holding lines, I think that'll just look kind of odd. So with this, I'm gonna really go in and overwork it, purposefully so, and then if it comes out great, awesome, I'll use it for something. If it turns into a mess, cool, I learned from it and we'll move on to the next thing. I don't have to use any of the stuff I draw if I don't feel like it. Some of the things I've drawn I don't like and don't use, and that's fine. They don't all have to be perfect. They won't be perfect. So I'll be able to just kind of take what I want, what I need from what I got, and then move on to the next thing. As long as I learn from it. It's not about the results, it's about the journey. So yeah, I'm reading the Batman and Robin Year 1? Is that what that's called? By Chris Somney. Man, that guy Chris Somney's so good. Love his stuff. I even like that Jonah one. That Jonah. That one's great too. A little different, but I liked it. All right, so that's kind of what that's going to look like. Follow along at home, everybody. Draw along with me. DylanDistraction.com, MakeComicsCool.com, Dylan Andrews Art, Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, share. And if anybody wants to know more about these pens, Tombow 2-pack, I get these at Michael's, but I think you can get them on Amazon or Blick. Maybe I'll start putting links for stuff in the comments or in the description. So let me know. All right, thanks. Bye.